Are you ready to evolve your life? Are you ready to see immense growth and manifestation in your life? Are you ready to evolve every aspect of your mind, body, and your soul? Well, you're tuned in to Evolved Mastery, and I'm your host, Princeton Clark, and it is my goal to assist you on your journey of self-mastery as you create greatly in every moment of your life. So join me in this episode of Evolved Mastery. Hey, what's going on, guys? Princeton Clark here, and you're tuned into another episode of Evolved Mastery. Welcome. Today, man, I just have to say, I'm on fire right now, because there's been so many things that are being revealed to me. And as I continue on this journey of self-mastery, as a teacher, as a coach, as an inspirational fire, my goal is to light a fire in you so that you can step into your power and move the way that you have the ability to move in your life, so that you can shift every aspect of your being, so that your life will transform, so that you can move even deeper into your power, so that every step that you step into is a powerful step. Every movement that you make is a power move. See, when we talk about mastery isn't something that you take lightly. Mastery isn't something that you just do sometimes. Mastery is a day-by-day thing. And see, the thing about mastery is that you can't flow normally every single day. Every single day, you got to be extraordinary. Every single day, you got to make a decision to do something better today than you did yesterday. Every single day, you have to master your mind. Every single day, you have to master your body. Every single day, you have to master your soul. You got to get more deeply connected with yourself so that you can perform in your life as the master that I know that you are. Now, when we talk about doing this, though, what we have to accept is that we can no longer live in the same insane normal cycle, because we were not created to be normal. We were created to be extraordinary. We were created to be powerful. We incarnated so that we could bring power to this world and make a difference in some way or another. And I've been telling people a lot lately that evolved mastery and the message behind evolved mastery is not for everyone. See, because a lot of people make excuses and choose to live in normalcy. A lot of people make excuses and choose to stay where they are. A lot of people make excuses for not stepping into their power, but this isn't for those people. See, I believe that people who are listening to this podcast right now and living their lives to be better every single day are those who are choosing to be masters in their life. And see, a master also becomes a teacher. But see, it's hard to teach mastery if you have not yet mastered your life. So I'm all about awakening the leaders. I'm all about challenging people to step into their potential and their power in every aspect of their life, in their families, in their businesses, and so on and so forth. It's time to move beyond normalcy. It's time to stop doing what it's normal to do. Because see, people in history who broke records, people in history who created great inventions, people in history who came up with these deep understandings about life and business and connectivity and energy and all these things, these were people who chose to go beyond normalcy. These were people who chose not to accept the status quo. These were people who said, I will not settle just because you can't see what I can see. I believe that I have something great within me that I have the ability to give birth to, and I'm going to give birth to it. See, mastery is about becoming one of those people. Mastery is about accepting your power, stepping into that power, and going beyond, again, that which is normal. See, you weren't created to be normal. You weren't created to be like everybody else. You weren't created to just go through life surviving. You were created to live a life of power so that you could manifest what you have the ability to manifest, so that nothing could stop you, because the legacy of your life, the legacy of your energy, the legacy of everything that's in you needs to give birth. It needs to be brought forth. And see, as a master, you got to take hold of your destiny. You got to take hold of every single moment. You got to take hold of every encounter. You got to take hold of every circumstance. You got to take hold of your emotions. You got to take hold of your mind. You got to take hold of your body. You got to take hold of your soul. Reconnect to that power within you, that master within you. Step fully into it every single day before your feet hit the floor. You go into that state of thinking that says, I am a master. Today I am going to master the very essence of my being. Today I am going to master the circumstance and evolve it to match my mastery. I am going to be more today than I was yesterday. See, you are too great. And a lot of people in the world choose to live normalcy. They choose to live in normalcy. They choose to stay living a life less than they have the ability to live. And I'm here to tell every last one of you who listen to these podcasts that you were not created to be one of those people. As a matter of fact, you were created to be an example of what those people can be. You were created to be a light in the world. And you've been given a baby to give birth to so that you can light a fire in this world that will never be forgotten. And see, I want to speak to the power in you today. See, this isn't just your normal type of podcast right now because I am evolving this podcast. I am evolving every aspect of everything that I create because I am here to make a difference in the world that will never be forgotten. I am here to ignite a fire in every single person that crosses my path. I am here to ignite the wisdom in you that says I can evolve beyond anything. I can transcend anything. See, I'm no longer a victim to life. I am no longer a victim to circumstances. I am no longer a victim to former thinking. Woo, guys, I'm telling you, it's time to step into your power because that's you. You're not some weak individual who's just had a rough cut at life. You're not some weak individual who just had a rough cut at business. You're not some weak individual who had a rough cut in some relationships. You're not just some weak individual in any aspect of your life unless you choose to accept that as normal. But you weren't born to be normal. You weren't born to be like everybody else. You weren't born to make excuses. You weren't born to live a lie. You were born to walk in power. You were born to go beyond normalcy. You were born to transcend the normalcy of this world and to bring light to this world with the very essence of your being, whether that's through your business, through your marriage, through yourself, just in the circumstances of your everyday life, through the lives that cross your path. Whatever it is, you have a power in you. And you have to master that power. You have to believe that power. And you got to call that power forth every single day. See, mastery doesn't happen unless you believe it. Mastery doesn't happen unless you believe that you are a master creator. Mastery doesn't happen unless you believe that you are a master artist. Mastery doesn't happen unless you believe that you are the root to the tree of your life, and you have the ability to develop and grow any type of fruit that's going to assist you in your life as a conduit and a catalyst to explore and expand your power in this world. Let's take a step, guys. Let's take a step forward, not backwards, not standing in place. We got to move, guys. We got to stand in our power and understand that we are uniquely and powerfully made. Stop listening to the lies of people who don't understand that. Because just like those people in history who have developed great things, who have evolved entire communities and cities because of their purpose and their passion, just like those people in the past who have created great change in the world because they chose to take a stand and stand in their power because they knew that things weren't right. You have that power in you, and some part of you knows it. Some part of you can't just sit there anymore. Some part of you is like, I'm sick and tired of living this life that feels like it's not my life, and it's because it's not your life. You were created to do so much more. But you've been living a normal life. I speak to all the leaders out there today, all the masters who are ready to create something new. It's time to grow beyond normalcy. It's time to transcend that which no longer serves you in your life, your purpose, your business, your vision, so on and so forth. And it's not going to happen unless you accept the fact that you are a master creator. And for so much of your life, you've been accepting things that are normal when you are extraordinary. I want to see every person standing in their power that chooses this path of self-mastery. I want to see every person realizing that you are here for a purpose greater than you. And you can only give birth to what's in you when you start believing that. See, we live most of our lives in ego. We live most of our lives only focused on us and what we don't have and all that we can't do and all that, we've gone through. And, we live lives being a victim to things that we have power over. Now, as I always say, we don't always have power over circumstances, but we always have power to respond. And I know throughout our lives, just like my life, going through everything that I went through, I didn't always respond correctly. And it created a life that I didn't love, a life that didn't match, what was in me. But after trying to commit suicide, I had to make a decision. I had to make a decision that I would no longer be a victim. I would no longer be weak. I would live a life of power because every breath that I breathed was a blessing. Every breath that I breathed was a gift. And see, that's what you have to understand. The next moment is not promised. And as I keep saying, time is the most valuable thing that you have. How much time are you investing in the belief that you are powerful? How much time are you investing in the belief that you can create whatever you want to create? How much time are you investing in your ability to manifest greatly in your life? How much time are you investing in being a master in your life? How much time are you investing in growing and evolving and transcending the things that have held you back for so long? How much time are you taking and making the mess? How much time are you utilizing to manifest the best of you in this world? You are a master. You are a powerful being. You are a powerful creator. And I believe in you. I understand that things get hard sometimes. I understand that things aren't even always what we want them to be. But we always have a choice to respond. And sometimes we may have to choose to respond to make decisions that don't line up with the normal way of doing things, that don't line up with what other people expect us to do, that don't line up with our former state of being, that don't line up with our former state of thinking, that don't line up with our former way of feeling. But the choice is ours. We always have a choice. We always have opportunities for growth and expansion. And usually, as I always say, our challenges, those hard times, those are the moments when we really find out how powerful we are in the way that we choose to respond. We can choose not to respond. We can choose to be weak. We can choose to be less than we have the potential to be. But at the end of the day, we can't complain about that. We have to acknowledge that that was our choice. We chose to do things as we normally do them. We chose to stay in this ebb and flow instead of transcending the ebb and flow. I want each and every one of you today to really take some time after this podcast. Even if you got to pause it, really sit there and ask yourself, what kind of master am I? What type of masterpiece am I going to create with my life? What type of purpose am I meant to create? What work am I willing to do to shift out of this state of normalcy? Because for me, I can no longer rest in this place that I have been in because there is something in me that I know I have the ability to create. There is something in me that I know I have the ability to manifest. And I refuse to stay in this place for one more moment. You guys, I'm telling you, I want to see that in you. I want you to see that in you, because if you can't see that in you, it doesn't matter if I understand and I know that you're a master. If you don't know that you are a master, and if you aren't willing to accept that you are a master, and if you aren't willing to accept the fact that you have to choose to go beyond normalcy, you have to choose to accept that you don't have to keep doing things the same way other people have done it, the same way your mom did it, the same way your dad did it, the same way your family did it, the same way people in the past did it, because you will never evolve your state of being and give birth to what you have the ability to give birth to doing it that way. So what choices will you make? How much power are you willing to step into? Ask yourself, how great am I? Or better yet, ask yourself, how great am I willing to be? How much work am I willing to put in to evolve my life? How much work am I willing to put in to be a light in this world? How much work am I willing to put in to transcend everything that I never thought I could transcend? How much work am I willing to do to become everything that I am meant to be? That's a question that you have to answer. That's a part of you that you got to get really real with, and you got to get really clear with. Because until you get clear with it, there's always going to be something normal that can stop you. But it's time to move beyond normalcy. Guys, when I do these podcasts, I've always been the type of person who I love people. I often say I love people more deeply than a lot of people love themselves. But I just want you guys to know that doesn't matter. Like, I can love you and I can believe in you and I can know that you have so much potential. But I really just want to encourage yourself to believe that and know that and love yourself that deeply. Love yourself so much that you refuse to waste a moment. Love yourself enough to nurture yourself and build yourself and encourage yourself so that you can step into what you have the ability to step into. See, greatness is in all of us, but we must choose to be that greatness. We must choose to transcend the mind. We must choose to transcend the body. We must choose to transcend the soul. We must choose to transcend opposition. We must choose to transcend challenges. We must choose to transcend circumstances. We must choose to transcend anything that would limit us from being the greatness that we are. And the moment we start doing that is the moment that we see everything around us begin to shift. The moment we start doing that is the moment that opportunities begin coming to us that we didn't see before. The moment we begin doing that, we start seeing doors open up that were closed before. The moment we start doing that, we start realizing that it doesn't matter what happens. Because no matter what happens, the master that I am will respond powerfully and create whatever it is that I deem it to create. So rise with me, move beyond normalcy, because it's time to awaken your inner master. I love you guys, man. I'm tuning out. Get connected with me. Follow me on social media across all platforms, Evolved Mastery. Check out my website, contact me, www.evolvedmastery.com. And also, don't forget, I have a book coming out before the end of this year, and I will keep you posted on it. Keep visiting the website. Keep tuning into the podcast. I love you all, and I will be back soon. Peace.